This meeting is being recorded.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. A very warm welcome to entire Sangat in today's talk. By Guruji's grace, we are discussing about 15 Bhagats whose teaching, whose words has mentioned included in Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Today, we are going to discuss about life and teachings of Bhagat Ramanand Ji. He is completely a different personality, very unique personality. Sometimes what happens, students gets more fame than the teacher as well. Like it happened in the history as well. For example, we all may know about Newton, but his teacher was Isaac Boro. He was not that famous. We all may know about Einstein, but we all may know not aware about Max Planck, who was his teacher. Similar, we all may have heard the name of Bhagat Kabir Ji, Bhagat Ravidas Ji, Bhagat Sen Ji, or Tanna Jat Ji, Bhagat Tanna Jat Ji, or even some mentions Bhagat Pipa Ji as well, one of his disciples. So a 12 disciple was quite famous, and one of them, we all almost aware about the name Bhagat Kabir Ji, Ravidas Ji. So the guru of all those Bhagats is Bhagat Ramanand Ji. He was one of the personality at that time, while teaching, while spreading message of oneness, while discussing about Vaheguru, discussing about God. He said religion or caste shouldn't be the bar at that time. So we'll discuss more about his life incidents and about his teaching. So Bhagat Ramanand is one of the greatest personality. Almost 4 to 5 of Bhagats in Guru Granth Sahib Ji, whose words are included, their guru, their master was Bhagat Ramanand Ji. But Bhagat Ramanand Ji is just one Shabad is included, although Bhagat Kabir Ji has the highest Bani among all 15 Bhagats. So 15 ਭਗਤਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਬਾਣੀ ਭਗਤ ਕਬੀਰ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਭਗਤ ਰਾਮਾਨੰਦ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਸਿੱਖ ਨੇ, ਚੇਲੇ ਨੇ. ਰਾਮਾਨੰਦ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਕਈ ਭਗਤਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਧਰਮ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ, ਪ੍ਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ. So his name, if we go through, so his name has mentioned in Guru Granth Sahib Ji. One time for his Shabad, as Ramanand Ji was Sirlek, was the heading, and also once Bhagat Sen Ji's Bani, in his Shabad also, this name has been mentioned. Rama Bhagat Ramanand Jana. So Ram di Bhagati te Ramanand Ji jaande ne. Reciting his name, God's name, Ramanand knows very well. And then Bhagat Bhai Gurdas Ji also mentioned about him. Hoye Birakat Banarasi Rehda Ramanand Gosai. So Ramanand Ji was in the Banaras as well. So this is the incident that we'll try to discuss in Bhagat Kabir Ji's time. So that was the incident where he mentioned how Kabir Ji met with Bhagat Ramanand Ji. But he mentioned about his name, Bhagat Ramanand Ji and Kabir Ji is together. He wanted to learn more and he came and he met with Bhagat Ramanand Ji. Bhagat Kabir Ji met with him. So Bhagat Ramanand Ji's name has been mentioned by Bhagat Sen Ji and also by Bhai Gurdas Ji in his 10th Var, body number 15. This greatest personality, this Bhagat, born on 1366 in the Prayag, Allahabad, Khan Kubaj place. About his parents, Pur Karma Ji and Mata Sushila Ji, was his parents. About his brother, wife, children, we don't get any information about that part. But the first name that we read, his first name according to Bhai Khan Singh Nabaji was Ramdat Ji. So initially this name was given Ramdat, but later he got famous by Ramanand Ji. And last time he spent in Kashi, Banaras in 1467. So he lived for almost 101 years. So ਉਮਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਦੇਖੀਏ ਤੇ ਕਾਫੀ ਲੰਬੀ ਸੀ। ਉਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਲਗਭਗ 100 ਸਾਲ 101 ਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਭਗਤ ਰਾਮਾਨੰਦ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਸਪੈਂਡ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ। If we go through his Guru Parampara, there was a system like Shri Ramanuji was the main in charge. Then after all, they were passing the next to next ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਡੇਰਾ incharge, who was becoming the next in charge, it was going, and the fourth one after them was Bhagat Ramanand Ji. He took the guidance from Raghavanand Ji. So at his place where he was in charge, Bhagat Ramanand Ji went there. He spent a lot of time there, but also he was listening. He was trying to practice all those things, whatever was happening. But slowly Bhagat Ramanand Ji made a different system. Although Bhagat Ramanand Ji learned from Raghavanand Ji, and there was some practices like Murti Puja kiti jandi si. And then there was a rule in that dera, at that place, all were related, or all was related to highest class. But Bhagat Ramanand Ji came with a thought like, if we need to teach something, if there is a spiritual guidance, then caste should not be a barrier at all. The moment he said these kind of words, many people from that place stood up against Bhagat Ramanand Ji. As it has been believed that Raghavanand Ji supported Bhagat Ramanand Ji, and he helped him to establish a different place where he can teach to without looking at their religion, without looking at their caste or the social status. So initially part of practice was something else, but Ramanand Ji started a different way of sharing. He said, so Ramanandi, Ramavat, those people were called, or also they were called as a Bairagi. So in that list, then he started teaching, he started sharing the teaching without looking at their caste. So Bhagat Kabir Ji was the one of the first disciple, and after that, Sen, Nai, and few Bhagat joined, and it is believed almost 12 of the Bhagats, 12 people were in his group. तो 12 चेले रामानंद जी दे उस टाइम लगभग जेड़े सी ओ फेमस होए सी. So they were called Ramanandi Ramvat or Bairagi as well. He was a scholar. He was very good at Sanskrit and few other languages at that time. So he wrote a couple of granths as well, whose names has been mentioned on the screen as well. Vaishnav, Matanbuj, Bhaskar, Ramchandran Padati, which these are the granths who was written by Bhagat Ramanand Ji. But apart from it, then there are a couple of shabads. One shabad has been mentioned in Sarbangi Granth, Dadu Panthis. In Rajasthan area, in India, there was a saint whose name was Bhagat Dadu, Sant Dadus. So his followers are known as in Dadu Panthis. ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਬੀਰ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਚੇਲਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਬੀਰ ਪੰਥੀ ਵੀ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ, ਰਾਮਾਨੰਦ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਚੇਲਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਨੰਦ ਵਰਡ ਐਂਡ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. So the same way Dadu was the main founder, main saint, but his followers are called Dadu Panthis. So they also have their own granth which is called Sarbangi Granth. So one of the Shabad, because Daduji was also that kind of personality who started teaching to every kind of people, doesn't matter from which religion they belong, from which caste they belong to. So he also started similar kind of thing without looking at their caste, because caste was such a big barrier at that time, and still people are facing that. So caste ਨੂੰ barrier नहीं बनाते ਸੀ दादू जी. So that is believed. So one of the main reason, so they included one Shabad of the same Pagat in his Granth, in their Granth as well. And then now, so although those who were his disciple, his Sikhs, तो ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕਾਫੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਹੈ, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਰਵਿਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਵੀ ਕਾਫੀ 40 over ਸ਼ਬਦ, around 40 ਸ਼ਬਦ ਨੇ. ਭਗਤ ਕਬੀਰ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਹਾਈਐਸਟ ਬਾਣੀ ਹੈ. ਭਗਤ ਰਾਮਾਨੰਦ, one Shabad is included in Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So that we are going to discuss today about his message. What was his message? And also we'll get to know about his life as well, because in that Shabad there is a one main central idea. There he comes again and again and tell us the main message. And although from this Shabad we are able to know what did he do in his past life, what was he practicing as well. So this Shabad is in Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. On the page, on the Ank is 1195. 1195 ਅੰਕ ਤੇ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਸੁਸ਼ੋਭਿਤ ਹੈ. ਔਰ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਸ਼ਬਦ, this Shabad is in Rag Basant. So Rag Basant is such a beautiful rag, and also we see कि एक रुत ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਵੀ ਬਸੰਤ ਹੈ. So ਬਸੰਤ ਹੈ रुतु, बसंत है राग, and here this Shabad is also in Rag Basant. Silek heading is Ramanand Ji Kar Pehla. So Ramanand is the name of the Pagat. Kar Pehla is for the tabla players कि एक ताल दे विच या पहले कार दे विच इसनू बजाना है. So Rag Basant means in which rag are we going to sing and which tal are we going to play on tabla. That also has been mentioned many times in Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So Kar Pehla, which is one of the things which has been believed that ek tal ya pehle kar de vich bajana hai, which is related to tabla and beats. Ek oankar Sat Gur Prasad, मूल मंत्र ਦਾ ਛੋਟਾ ਰੂਪ ਕਿ ਪ੍ਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਇੱਕ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਣਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਪਾਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਮਾਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, and we can meet him, we can be the one with him by the grace of God, by the grace of Vaheguru. So here is the Shabad, and Shabad's starting panktis are Rahau Shabad, Rahau Panktiyas, which means these conveys the same main important message, which is the central idea of the Shabad as well. So the Shabad is Kat jaye re kar lago rang, mera chit na chalai man payo pang. Starting lines. Kat jaye re, where should I go? Kar lago rang, my heart is filled with the bliss. My heart is filled with the love. Rang de ek arth ne pyar. So ਘਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਪਿਆਰ ਹੈ, ਘਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ joy ਹੈ. In my heart there is a lots of happiness, joyness. I'm in the Anand. Kat jaye, where should I go? I don't need to look around. I don't need to go outside, which conveys a message. Maybe earlier he was just trying to find out that peace outside. Mera chit na chala. My thoughts don't go out. Man payo pank. Very important. This is a main idea where we need to practice. If someone really have a spiritual path, if someone really wants to walk on the path of spiritual journey on the path of Almighty, then definitely it is going to be the very practical and very important messages, and the message mean message for that person who really wants to practice. Mera chit na chale, my mind, my thoughts are not going anywhere. Man payo pang. Pang means apahij. Pang means crippled, lame, handicap, like ਹੁਣ ਪੈਰ ਚੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹੇ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਪਿੰਗਲਾ ਵੀ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ. So what is he saying? ਮੇਰਾ ਚਿੱਤ ਨਾ ਚੱਲੇ. My mind is not going around and around now, because I know the peace that I was looking for is inside. Man payo pang. My mind has become pingla. My mind has become now handicapped. It cannot walk. That is the main message. Now, we may think becoming handicapped is not something for which we should be happy. We should be enjoy. We may feel sad. If someone outside, if someone would become handicapped, he will be so sad, disappointed. But here, it's a reason behind happiness. One of the things he's sharing, man payo pang. Now my mind is handicapped. What does he say here? Pang means apahij, he cannot walk. So now my mind is not walking outside, my mind is not walking into the bad thoughts or something. On that way, it is like handicap. I don't want it to be walked. And almost Bhagat Kabir Ji given same kind of example as well. Bhagat Kabir Ji, almost similar kind of example. Bhagat Kabir Ji ਵੀ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਨੇ ਇਹੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ. ਉਹ ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਲੰਗੜਾ ਲੂਲਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਹਾਂ, ਪਾਵਹੋਂ ਤੇ ਪਿੰਗਲ ਭਇਆ, ਮਾਰਿਆ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਬਾਣ. He's saying I'm so happy. Now I cannot walk. So by the blessing, by the arrow of my master, my guru, Sache Guru. Pavahon te pingal paya. Pingal or pang is similar meaning. So from my feet, I am pingal. I cannot walk. This blessing is by my masters. Marya Satgur Ban. Mere Sache Guru ne mere Ban Marya. So same example is by Bhagat Ramanand Ji and Kabir Ji. So becoming pingla, becoming handicapped, which means if I need to walk on the wrong path, I'm handicapped. I'm not going to walk at all. If I need to say something bad, then I can't speak even. ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਗੁੰਗਾ ਹੀ ਆ ਜੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮਾੜਾ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਪਵੇ. ਤੋ ਇੱਥੇ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਮਨ ਉਹ ਅਪਾਹਿਜ ਹੈ, ਹੁਣ ਮਾੜੇ ਥਾਟਸ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੇ, ਉਧਰ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਮੈਂ. I don't go there. So if we want to be in the joy, this is here we need to work on the mind. Many times we are always just in the thought. No, according to research, almost 80% we are in the negative thoughts. We are repeating the thoughts again and again all our day, but 80% it's negative thoughts. So मेरा चित्त ना चला मन पयो पंग. अगर माड़े ख्याल ने माड़े पासे मेरा मन अपाहिज है, मैं उस पासे चलदा ही नहीं. In our case, sometimes we also becomes apahij when we need to walk on the path for the righteousness. But I may become more active when I need to walk on the bad thing. So गुरमुख और मनमुख ये फर्क है. दूसरा मनुख की होएगा, बुरे काम को उठ खलोया, नाम की बेला पह पह सोया. Gurbani talks about it. It's itself a very deep concept, this pankti. बुरे काम को उठ खलोया. Something bad, then he's very active, very strong. Naam ki bela, but if it turns to recite his name, do something good. pै soya. Then he cannot stand on his feet. He just wants to sleep, wants to rest, cannot walk at all. So here is something where we may need to look at. Are we becoming handicapped while doing good, or are we becoming handicapped while doing bad? That is a challenge. Mostly, we becomes more energetic and active when we need to do something bad. Negative thoughts, some gossiping are there, we are more active. So this is where Bhagat Ramanand Ji has targeted. Mera chit na chale. My mind don't go out. Man payo pang. I just stand there. So in the other antras, ਬਾਕੀ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਦੇ ਪੰਕਤੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ he'll discuss more about. एक दिवस मन भई उमंग कस चंदन चोआ बहुत सुगंध. Now he's sharing about what happened in his life. One day, man भई umang, there was a thought. I wanted to do something. There was an excitement to do something. So I got ready. What did I do? Kas chandan choa bahu sugandh. So he just rubbed the sandalwood and got some more fragrance. It is more related to starting a aarti as well. So pujan chale brahm thaye. So puja karan chali. So this is a preparation behind starting a worshipping, starting a puja, starting aarti. Ek divas, one day I started holding those some fragrance oils in my hand and thought, Pujan Chali Brahm Thai. I will do the aarti for that Brahm, for the God. So Brahm Batayo Gur Man Hi Mahe. But then my master taught me, you are trying to put fragrance outside and you see God is outside, but we may need to bring some qualities, some values and virtues, fragrance inside, because that Brahm is inside. Everything we are getting from outside, so we get habitual to go out. So the same message that we read in the Rahav Pankti, so Brahm Batayo Gur Man Hi Mahe, that Brahm is not outside. If you're looking to do his aarti outside, bring some fragrance in your actions, in your mind, and that God, Vaheguru, that peace of mind, that Anand is inside. Then very beautifully examples are given here. If we just read the translation, we may miss it. Very important points here. Jahan jaiye tahan jal pakhan. So again and again, we may able to relate. So here, firstly, he mentioned about Aarti and he said, my master told me he's inside. Now another thing. Jahan jaiye tahan jal pakhan. Tu poor rahyo hai sab saman. Wherever I was going in the path of spirituality. So I was doing two kind of things basically. Jahan jaiye, wherever I was going, whatever actions I was putting, whatever I had to do, what I was doing, teh jal pakhan, I find water and stones. Now, what does this relate to? Wherever I go, I find water and stones. That was a spiritual journey. Now, here Bhagat is indicating two of the main practices which were being practiced at that time. Jal, pilgrimages, take bath on pilgrimages. Tirath Ishnan, Pakhan, Patthar, Pakhan, stone. So, दूसरा पक है पत्थर दी मूर्ति बना के उसकी पूजा करना. So, जहां जाइए तहां जल पखान. So wherever I was going, whenever I was trying to walk on a spiritual path, I could see the two kind of things was being practiced. Jal, going to pilgrimages, ਤੀਰਥ ਜਗ੍ਹਾਵਾਂ ਤੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਹੈ, ਉੱਥੇ ਇਸ਼ਨਾਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ, ਇਸ਼ਨਾਨ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਾਪ ਖਤਮ ਹੋਏਗਾ, ਮਨ ਦੀ ਮੈਲ ਉਤਰੇਗੀ, that was being practiced. ਪਖਾਨ, ਆਰਤੀ ਦੀ ਤਿਆਰੀ ਕਰੋ, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਪੂਜਾ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਏਗੀ ਅਗਰ ਪੱਥਰ ਦੀ ਤੇ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਬੰਦਾ ਧਾਰਮਿਕ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ. So these two things were being practiced. ਤੀਰਥਾਂ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ going again and again, whatever was happening, whatever they were doing, and it has been believed if we go there, we may cleanse our mind by taking bath at some certain places. Tu pur rahyo hai sab saman. Now he's saying not only in the water or stone, but I can see you everywhere. ਇੱਕੋ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ, ਉਹ ਤੇ ਸਭ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਹੈ. Then वेद पुराण सब देखे जोए, ऊहा तो जाइए जो इहा न होए. And he said, Ved, Puran, all the religious holy scriptures, dekhe, I read, I go through, I went, I tried to research. So just came to know, ऊहा तो जाइए जो इहा न होए. Then should I go there if God is not here? He's inside. So here he's not at one specific place, omnipresence of God. He's everywhere. And if you actually want, if you are actually looking for it, he's inside. We need to change something within ourselves. As there is a quote, the only way to get out is get in. ਅਸੀਂ ਅੰਦਰ ਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਅਸਲ 'ਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਾਹਰੋਂ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ਮਾਨ, ਬਾਹਰ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ. If we go inside, this is the only way to go in. ऊहा तो जाइए. So in the previous part of the Shabad, ਪਹਿਲੇ ਪੈਰੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੈਸੇ ਹੀ ਡਿਸਕਸ ਕੀਤਾ. And again, तो ਤੀਰਥ ਇਸ਼ਨਾਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਪੂਜਾ ਕਰ ਲਈ, ਪੜ੍ਹ ਲਿਆ, ਤਾਂ ਕੀ ਸਮਝ 'ਚ ਆਇਆ? ਉਹ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ. ਜੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਨਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਉੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲੇਗਾ. The one who cannot see here or everywhere cannot see at one specific place. His life is going to be completely different. So as Guru taught me about it, so he's saying, Satgur main balihari tor. Tor means tum, to see, you. Oh my master, मेरे सच्चे गुरु, मैं तेरे तो बलिहार चाहना. I sacrifice to you. जिन सकल बिकल भ्रम काटे मोर. The one who cut down all kind of my confusions, my doubts, any kind of anything, delusions. He just cut it, all those kind of delusion and illusion of my life. So here from these panktis, we may understand, and also researchers write about it, he have gone through all these things. That is why he has mentioned. He has practiced all those things earlier when he was under his master, but later he realized a different thing and he started preaching to the other people as well. So jin sakal bikal pram kate more. My all kind of delusions, God is the one, my master is the one who just cut it off. All those things. So delusion is whenever we are believing that is true, but that thing is not true. Those things may bring problems in our life. Yes, we always heard this example, rope and snake. If there is a snake, I'm passing through from the road, from the street, from the way, and I can see a snake, but I think like it's not a snake, it's just a rope, then I may lose my life. On another hand, if there is a rope but I think it's snake, then I may waste my time, a lot of time. ਸੱਪ ਨੂੰ ਰੱਸੀ ਸਮਝ ਲਿਆ, ਜੀਵਨ ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ। ਰੱਸੀ ਨੂੰ ਸੱਪ ਸਮਝ ਲਿਆ, ਜੀਵਨ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਲੰਬਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ, ਵੇਸਟ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ। So in both ways, lose-lose situation if I don't know what is truth. So delusion is bringing lose-lose situation. ਸੱਪ ਨੂੰ ਰੱਸੀ ਸਮਝਾਂ ਜਾਂ ਰੱਸੀ ਨੂੰ ਸੱਪ ਸਮਝਾਂ, in both ways going to lose. So what do I need? The exact thing. What is there? If snake, so I can take my actions accordingly. If I know it's a rope, I can go accordingly. So the delusion, there is a Satguru who brought me out from all kind of my delusion, whatever I was thinking religion is, but actually what religion is. So my thoughts were just depends on my actions only outside, but then came to know need to change from inside, from our mind, from our thought. A religious person not only do goods, even his thoughts are also very pure. So these kind of things came to know. He's saying, so I'm Satgur to main balihar janna jinne mainu dassya. So Ramanand Swami Ramat Brahm. तो कहते असल ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਾਮਾਨੰਦ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਵਾਮੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਹੈ, ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਹੀ ਸਿਖਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਪਰ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਸਿਖਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ? ਗੁਰ ਕਾ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਕਾਟੈ ਕੋਟ ਕਰਮ। So here also Bhagat Ramanand Ji also talked about ਸ਼ਬਦ ਗੁਰ ਕਾ ਸ਼ਬਦ। तो ਮੇਨ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਕੀ ਹੈ? ਜੇ ਫਿਜ਼ੀਕਲ ਰੂਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਗੁਰੂ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਬਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਹੀ ਉਹ ਰੀਅਲ ਗਾਈਡੈਂਸ ਦੇ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। तो ਸ਼ਬਦ ਗੁਰੂ, so whose ideas, thoughts were similar, or Guru Nanak Sahib Ji thought that these shabads can be included or having the same kind of thought process. So those pagas, those wordings, those bani was included by Guru Sahib Ji. So in these panktis as well, Gur ka Shabad. So Guru Ji's Shabad, Guru ka Shabad, Kata Kot Karam. So Kot means ਕਰੋੜਾ। ਸੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਕਰੋੜਾਂ ਹੀ ਕੰਮ, ਕਰੋੜਾਂ ਹੀ ਐਕਸ਼ਨਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਖਤਮ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਨ ਵਨ ਵੇ whatever I was doing, whatever I was practicing, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ। whatever I have done in the past, whatever I have done till my life, whatever I have done till now, ਉਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਐਕਸ਼ਨਸ, ਸਾਰੇ ਮਾੜੇ ਕੰਮ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ। How? By following Guru Ka Shabad. So Guru Ka Shabad is not only about listening, it is again about practicing in our life. Whenever we talk about Guru Ka Shabad, it is always about practicing. Just for reading, it is very easy. Just for listening, it is very easy. But Guru Da Shabad kadon katega karam sade if we start practicing. So whatever we have done in the past, so rather than regretting, we may start working on it. How? What happens? In the past, we all have done so many kinds of things. And maybe there could be some secrets. There could be any kind of any actions which no one is aware about. And we don't want anyone to know about those things as well. तो कई तरह के चंगे माड़े काम असीं कीते हुंदे ने जिहड़े असीं चाहुंदे हां सामने ना आण। तो माड़े काम भी कीते ने, हो गए ने, whatever the situation was. So we all may get rid, we all may still work on our present, and we can have a beautiful future which is still possible until we are alive. ਜਦੋਂ ਤੱਕ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਸਮਝ ਹੈ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਰਸਤੇ ਤੇ ਚੱਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ। आगे समझ चलो नंद लाला पाछे जो बीती सो बीती। We cannot undo whatever has done, but we can work whatever is happening. So we need to follow the Guru ka Shabad. So Ramanand Swami Ramat Brahm. Ramat means ramya hoya, samaya hoya, which means omnipresent, everywhere, in everything that God, and Guru ka Shabad we can be the one with him by imbibing the teaching of Guru Ka Shabad. So Bhagat Ramanand Ji had talked a lot about working inside. So even when he spread the message of no discrimination, like without looking at their religion, without looking at their caste, he started teaching. So again, he said, you need to go in, don't look the caste. बाहरों की है, अंदरों सारे इक्को ही जोत हैं. Whenever he thought about like going to the water or the stones, इश्नान करके तीरथ ते रब मिल जाना है. Again, he came back, not going by outside, we need a bath of our mind. ਪਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਰੀਰ ਸਾਫ਼ ਹੋਏਗਾ, ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਮਨ ਸਾਫ਼ ਹੋਏਗਾ. ਪਾਣੀ, water is needed to cleanse our body, gurbani is needed to cleanse our thought. So not only outside, again he said we must go inside. Even by reciting, by reading Vedas, religious scripture, again he said परमात्मा सब जगह ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਅੰਦਰ ਹੀ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਭਣਾ ਹੈ. ਬਾਹਰ ਤੇ ਤਾਂ ਜਾਈਏ ਜੋ ਇਹਾਂ ਨਾ ਹੋਏ. तो यहाँ नहीं होएगा ता वहाँ जान दी लोड़ है. So he is here, but what is the core thing where we need to work is Shabad Guru, the teaching of the Guru, where we need to work. If we can imbibe that, then only we can walk on other things, which is very important in day-to-day life as well. Even if we don't have much time, if we can't spend hours and hours, but I would say at least start doing something. जिन्ना भी टाइम है उस टाइम ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਵੀ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਕਮਾ ਸਕੇ maximum, slowly it will become practice. Like we may start practicing from 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I won't say something bad for 15 minutes. I'll listen something good for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and start practicing. Automatically time will increase on that part as well. So again and again, the main message of Bhagat Ramanand Ji ਕਿ ਬਾਹਰੋਂ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਧਾਰਮਿਕ ਕਰਮ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਲਾਭ ਤਾਂ ਹੈ ਜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰੋਂ ਕੁਝ ਬਦਲਦਾ ਪਿਆ ਹੈ. If we are the same person from inside, then we are not actually getting the benefit. So it is about changing inner mind and thought, not only doing some actions, some deeds with our physical body outside only. So this is the main message. May Guru Sahib Ji bless us all so that we all can listen, understand, and try to imbibe by Guruji's grace. And again, there are like to make some announcements to all the Sangat members. Tomorrow we have Sikhi Foundation course classes which are still going on. So request to all the Sangat members, every Thursday evening we are discussing about 10 Guruji's life, his teachings, tenets, and contribution in the Sikhi and Gurbani reading as well. So tomorrow we're going to discuss about fourth Guru, Shri Guru Ramdas Sahib Ji. So request to all the Sangat members, you may all join us on the level 7 every Thursday, 7 to 8 p.m. Then the day after tomorrow, this class is definitely in-person class. Those who are from Singapore, request to all the Sangat members, you all may join us in this session. Then day after tomorrow, again, we have another online session, which is going to be in Punjabi, Salok 12 ਤੇ ਵਧੇਕ. तो ਉਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਵਾਰੀ ਥਰਡ ਗੁਰੂ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਮਰਦਾਸ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸ਼ਲੋਕ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਆਪਾਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਨੂੰ 7 ਤੋਂ 8 ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਸੇਮ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੈ. So and request to all the Sangat members, if you cannot join in-person sessions, so must join us in online sessions as well. Then Saturday again we have a in-person session. So Saturday morning Gurbani session, which we normally have on 11 to 12, that is not going to happen this Saturday. Rather than that, we have Saturday afternoon session 2 to 3 p.m. 7th floor, 7th story auditorium in the Sikh Center. We have Dr. Rupinderjit Kaur Ji, who is from UK. So she is here for some time. So she is delivering a talk about oneness in Sikhi. So Sare Sangat nu benti hai, kindly join us in this session as well. So now request to all the Sangat members. So these were the few points that we discussed today. So what is the take-home message for you? Is there something which is not clear, or if you have any doubt, Feel free to ask question. If something that you liked or which you may able to resonate, which may able to apply in your life, so any take home message you may share with all of us so that we all may have a revision of those take home messages and you may add as well. So request to all the Sangat members, please don't feel sad. Please don't be shy. Don't hesitate. Please share your inputs in our today's session as well. So looking forward to hear from all of you, Ji. You all may unmute yourself and contribute, Ji. Thank you very, very much once again for your precious time, for joining us. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh Ji. Hanji Charan Singh Ji, you are unmuted, Ji.
Hi, Khalsa, Vaheguru
Ji.
Can you hear me?
Hanji, now I can hear you. Like it was a little bit voice was breaking, couldn't able to hear you clearly, but yes, now I could.
Okay, Vaheguru.
Yes, you may share something. Let's see if it works well with it.
Yeah, sure. This Baba, Bhagat Ramanand. Yeah, Bhagat Ramanand, as we know earlier, he was a guru for many other, as he said, Bhagat Kabir Ji, Ravi Gurus, you know it?
Bilkul ji, definitely.
Bhagat Kabir Ravi Gurus, and he was when the Chelas came down, they say how they were angry with Ramanand. Why you gave Bhagat Kabir? And Ramanand said, no, I never get Bhagat Kabir. When I gave it to him, he said, no, I was lying down on the bed and you told me. I said, Ram de bande, Ram bol, something like that, right?
Yes, that is the body of Pai Gurdas ji.
Yeah, that's a very interesting story there, you know. Oh, you have to become like that one. You just roll down and before the Guru's feet and let the Guru kick you. And that's the number in that verse.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's so wonderful. Kata jaye re kar lago rang mera chetana chale man payo pang. Actually, this is the two lines here. It's a summary of the whole Shabbat, the whole Gurbani, whole teaching, whole Sara Brahman Mandavacharya that you have to get spiritualism. Just two lines is sufficient. And Guruji, good. And then finally says Shabad. Shabd Gurus were just Shabd Gurus wisdom. Then he himself, Bhagat Ramanand himself, he said, wherever I've gone, I saw stones and water. Yeah?
Yes.
Wherever I gone, he saw stones and water. Wherever he went for the pilgrimage, saw the water. And he realized that God is omnipresent. And he said, oh, the Shabda, he said, you can get the teaching in front of wisdom. I don't know how it's very, very clear and it's very, very blurred at the same time. It's both, you know. I find it very difficult to understand. And when you ask somebody how to explain to you, they say it's like Gongedi Matyaila. It's very difficult to explain. It's very difficult. At the same time, 1 minute is very clear. He says, where would I want to go? My mind is now went to the wisdom again. When he got the wisdom, he said, where shall I go? Everything is in me. I don't want to go anymore pilgrimages. I don't want to go and spend my time. I waste my time at Haridwar or any other places. Those days, maybe he was going there. And similarly, our gurus also, Guru Amar Ji also stopped going to all these kind of places when the Guru mil gaya, you know, and Kari de Paramatma Paragat ho gaya the when he met Guru Nanak Dev Ji. So finally, and once you get the Maharaj darshan ho jayan, and then you get the Shabad Guru. Shabad Guru is what? Shabad Guru, I believe, is just the wisdom. It's the wisdom. When you get wisdom, that everything is in the house. You don't have to go anywhere. The first two lines that I said earlier. Then that's it. We don't go anywhere at all. That's it. Don't go anywhere. Stay in your house. Stay in your house means stay in your hirdakara. That's it. Okay, ji,
Thank you very much, ji, Charan Singh ji, for taking your time and sharing your experience. बिल्कुल शब्द गुरु ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ ਬਣਦਾ ਹੈ, ਅੰਦਰ ਰਸ ਤੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਬਣਦਾ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਉਸੇ ਦੀ ਚਰਚਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਚਲੋ, thank you very much ਜੀ for your contribution, Charan Singh ji.
Thank you ji, Katapati ji.
Any other Sangat member ji would like to share something ji? हाँ जी हरदीप कौर जी, यू आर अनम्यूटेड जी।
ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ ਸੀ, ਉਹ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਚਾਰੇ ਕੁੰਡਾਂ ਭਾਲੀਆਂ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਆਈਡੀਆ ਆ ਕਿ ਬਾਹਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਲੱਭਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ
ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ
ਉਹ
not really into that, but it is like I have seen explored everywhere, but no one is like you. So it is like little bit different context. Like they are saying,
ਅੱਛਾ
like you are completely different personality. No one in this world anywhere is someone who could be like you. You are just like you. So ਸਾਰੇ ਕੁੰਡਾ ਭਾਲਿਆਂ ਤੁਧ ਜੇਵੜ ਨਾ ਸਾਈਆਂ। So ਤੇਰੇ ਵਰਗਾ ਮਹਾਨ ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। So that is like just mentioning like he's unique.
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਓਕੇ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਇੱਥੇ ਮੇਬੀ ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਇਟ ਕੁਡ ਬੀ ਦੈਟ ਵੀ ਸ਼ੁੱਡ ਬੀ ਇੰਟਰੋਸਪੈਕਟਿੰਗ, ਆਪਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਲੱਭੀਏ, ਆਪਣੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਝਾਤੀ ਮਾਰੀਏ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਸੋ ਇਹ ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਮਾਈ ਟੇਕ ਹੋਮ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਕਿ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਵਾਰੀਏ, ਆਪਣੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਵੇਖੀਏ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਤੇ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਰਸਤਾ ਦਿਖਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ, ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੁਰੂਆਂ ਦੇ ਸ਼ਬਦਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੁਣੀਏ ਤੇ ਫੋਲੋ ਕਰੀਏ। ਇਹ ਮੇਰੇ ਟੇਕ ਹੋਮ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਹੈ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਵੈਰੀ ਮਚ ਹਰਦੀਪ ਕੌਰ ਜੀ ਫॉर ਸ਼ੇਅਰਿੰਗ ਯਰ ਟੇਕ ਹੋਮ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਝਾਤੀ ਮਾਰੀਏ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਦੇ ਥਾਟ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਨੇ, ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਧਿਆਨ ਦਈਏ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਸੁਧਾਰਨ ਦੀ, ਸੰਭਾਲਣ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰੀਏ। ਸੋ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਵੈਰੀ ਵੈਰੀ ਮਚ ਜੀ। ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਐਨੀ ਅਦਰ ਸੰਗਤ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਜੀ who would like to share something ਜੀ? ਹਾਂਜੀ ਪਾਲ ਜੀ, you are unmuted ਜੀ।
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I think this is a beautiful session about the secrets of the life of Swami Ramanand Ji, because I think he was a bridge between that Bhakti movement, the north and the south of India, and that messages that he gave, they were resonating with people of whole of India. So I think that's something unique. Another point that we can learn about Swami Ramanand Ji, or Bhagat Ramanand Ji as we call him, because he was basically accepted in both North and South India all together. So I think that's one very important message I take home from today, because if our soul is yearning for inner peace, we want to have deeper connection, then I think the last line, Gurka Shabad Kate Kot Karam, that is the main thing we need to go home with, because Pir Risalu Ta Mile Ja Gurka Shabad Suni. As we listen to the Gurka Shabad, oh my God, miracles are going to happen in our life, and we are going to find that Lord God who is going to introduce us to the Guruji. Like in this Shabad also, he says that Guruji is within us. You don't have to search outside. And so I think it's the trinity of me, my soul, and meeting with that supreme soul, Vaheguruji, and then who is going to guide us to meet the Guruji, who is then going to remind me to go back to Vaheguruji. So I think it's a beautiful link between the Guruji, Vaheguruji, God himself, and me and ourselves. So I think this gap of North and South Indian spiritual traditions, he was the one who brought it all together. The message of equality, the message of inner bliss, devotion. And I think in today's session, if you ask me to summarize what I take home, it is a very simple message. The word simple, S stands for spirituality. The I tells me about having inner peace. The M tells me, Palji, have mindfulness in everything that you do. The P tells me, live a practical life of miri piri. The L says you will get liberation while looking within yourself. And the E is that part about equality. There is no differences. So when we look at the simple message, I think simple is the homework for me today. That inner peace, that mindfulness, it is in the first line, isn't it? Kat jaiye re kar lago rang. Why are you looking outside? Sab kich kar mein bahar nahi. And you don't have to search for him outside. Everything is in our home. So what's the 21st century modern day application? I think it is to practice meditation, find mindfulness, reduce our stress. We are all living in a world of anxieties. Everybody needs to have that calm amidst the chaos. What a beautiful message today that Palji, you don't need to look outside. You can find calm within the chaos of the world. Just make sure, even while you're eating, you're walking, you're hasandya, khelandya, penandya, khavandya, viche, hove, mukata. Whether you're laughing, you're eating, you're wearing your beautiful clothes, or whatever you're doing, you can actually find peace within yourself no matter what is happening to us around us. That, I think, is the number one most important message. Number two, the thing about equality and inclusivity, because he said, so Brahm batayo, gur man hi mahe. My true Guruji is within my own mind. I think that implies spiritual enlightenment is available to all of us, regardless of race, language, or religion. That social status, we don't need to worry. You can find God, because later on, I'm very sure, Jojo Nama Hargun Uchre, Bhagat Janako Deora Fire. When we come to Bhagat Namji's story, the whole mandir turned because the so-called pujaris did not allow him to pray in the mandir. God says, I will turn away from the Ankariya Nindaka Pitade Nam Deo Mukalaya. What a beautiful message. So the modern day application, I think, is let's advocate for social justice, promote inclusivity at our workplace, our community, and challenge all the discriminatory practices that we are all going through. Let's educate ourselves about the different cultures. Let's look at different perspectives, because everybody has the inherent worth. There is dignity in everyone. And if you look at the practical lessons of this, it is the timeless wisdom. Gur ka shabad kate kot karam. Yes, he will eradicate all our karam. So don't worry about what happened in the past. I like what you quoted by Nandlal Ji also. And the beautiful part is, in the world of technology, we all have to manage our distractions. We got to learn to stay present. We all have a lot of confusions and a lot of doubts. And I like that line that Pagaji Shabad says, Satgur mein balehari tor, jin sakal bikal pramakate more. All my doubts, all my distractions, all my confusions, they have all gone away. Now I live a happy life. So I think in closing, Bhagat Ramanand Ji or Swami Ramanand Ji has a profound impact on the whole of India, and I think that's something wonderful. Devotion, inclusivity, spiritual enlightenment is something we can learn. And let's end off with simple: S for spirituality, I for inner peace, M for mindfulness, P for practical living, the Piri and the Miri balance, the L for liberation, and E, equality. I thank you so much for giving me this beautiful time to share. Pul chuk di maafi, but let's not forget, Gur ka shabad antar vasai, ta har visar na jai. The moment we allow the Guru Bani to go within ourselves, we'll never forget God. We will see God in all, because if we can't see God in all, we can't see God at all. Thank you, Ji. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh Ji.
Fateh Ji. Thank you very much, Pal Singh Ji, for sharing with us a simple message. Although it was not simple message, it was a conclusion of the Shabad. So I really like the way you explained very simply a simple message. Thank you very much, Pal Singh Ji.
Thank you, Ji.
Ji, any more Sangat members Ji who would like to contribute Ji, please don't hesitate to share any aspect, whatever comes to your mind. Okay, so request to all the Sangat members, we all may unmute ourselves and we all can say Gur Fateh together. Once again, very thank you very much to all the Sangat members for coming, for joining, for participating, for giving your precious time Ji. Guru Sahib ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਬਖਸ਼ਣ। ਆਓ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਾਂਝੇ ਰੂਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 10ਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦੀ ਬਖਸ਼ੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਦੀ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਈਏ। ਸਾਰੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਆਖੋ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ
Vaheguru Ji ka
Thank you, Master Ji.
Thank you, Ji.
Thank you.
The recording has stopped.